Good day everyone, I'm Anthony Orlanda and I'm here to present you the answer in Einstein's logic puzzle. So here is my solution. So my answer is the German. The German owns the fish. How did I solve it? First, we will define the clues that it is said in the puzzle. So the possible nationalities are Norwegian, Brit, Swede, German, and Dane. The possible colors are red, green, white, yellow, and blue. The possible beverages are tea, coffee, milk, beer, and water. The possible cigarettes are Pall Mall, Dunhill, Blends, Blue Master, and Prince. And the possible pets are dogs, birds, cats, horses, and fish. So here I made a chart so that we can easily identify the possible answers or the answers that are based in the clues that are given. So now let's start. Well, we know that we have five houses. We'll assume that they are all in a row and they are numbered from left to right. And it is also said that the Norwegian lives in the first house. So we will put the Norwegian here in the house number 1 because it is said that the Norwegian lives in the first house. And then, since the Brit lives in the red house, the Norwegian can't. We also know that the Norwegian lives next to the blue house. So the Norwegian lives next to the blue house. So we will put the blue here in house number 2 because it is said that the Norwegian lives next in the blue house. So we will put the blue here. We also know that the greenhouse is on the left of the White House. So the Norwegian can't live in the White House since there is no house to the left and can't live in the greenhouse because his only neighbor to the right side is blue. So therefore the Norwegian lives in the yellow house. Yellow house. And we also know that the owner of the yellow house smokes Dunhill. So now, we will put Dunhill here in the yellow house. Because it is said that the owner of the yellow house smokes Dunhill. So we will put Dunhill here in the smokes or cigarettes. And that the Norwegian has a neighbor in the blue house. The Norwegian has only one neighbor in the right side, and it is the blue house. Next is, it is said that the man with horses live direct next to the man who smokes Dunhill. Right there. So now, what did it say? The man with the horses lives next direct to the man who smokes Dunhill. So we put the horse here in the pets because it is said that the horse owner lives next in the owner of the yellow house. Horse. Then the man living in the center house. The man living in the center house drinks milk. So we will put the milk here in the middle because it is said that the man lives in the center house drinks milk. So we will put the milk here in the corner of beverages. Okay, there it goes. Then the greenhouse owner drinks coffee, and the greenhouse is on the left of the White House. The greenhouse is on the left of the White House. Since we know the left two houses are yellow and blue houses, the only position for the green and white are green as the fourth, and white as the fifth. Because the middle or the third house drinks milk and the owner of the greenhouse drinks coffee. So the middle house has to be red, and therefore it is in the breeze. So this is what we know right here. I said that the houses that are possible here in the fourth and the fifth are green. Here is green, and here is white. And then it is said that the middle drinks milk, so the red comes here in the third house, because the Brit lives in the red house. And then we will put their nationalities and their beverages. So the red, I said, is the Brit, and the green, and the owner who lives in the greenhouse drinks coffee. Coffee. So we're almost good to go. And then the owner, the man who smokes Blue Master drinks beer. The man who smokes Blue Master drinks beer. Since you already know the drinks of the house number 3 and 4, and that is milk and coffee, and we also know what the house number 1 smokes, and it is Dunhill. So the only possible answers are 2 and 5. Also, keep this information in mind that since the evident house number 1 cannot drink beer, only 2 or 5 can drink the beer. The only possible beverage for number 1 are water and tea. So water and tea are the only possible drinks here in house number 1. And since the Dane drinks tea, the house number 1 drinks water. So we will put the water here in the beverage of the Norwegian or house number 1. And here it is said that the man who smokes blends has a direct neighbor who drinks water. So the man who smokes the blends is the owner next to the owner who drinks water. So now we will put the blends here in the house number 2. And then it is said that where is the cat? The man who smokes blends live next. The man who smokes blends lives direct next to the one with cats. So the possible owner of the cats here is only 1 and 3. Since the Dane drinks tea, he must live in either house 2 or 5. The Swede and the German could live also in house 2, 3 or house 2 or 4 or 5. We know that the beer drinker smokes Blue Master. So magka-partner sila. Dapat yung beer drinker ay nagsisigarilyo ng Blue Master. And the only house that could drink beer are 2 and 5. But since we know that the 2 smokes blends, so the Blue Master and the beer must be here in the house number 5. Blue Master M. And number 2 has to be the house that drinks tea and the house of the Dane. So we will put here the Dane. And his beverage is tea. Dane and tea. So number 2 house is already complete. So the houses that are we only finding here is the 1, 3, 4 and 5. Number 2 is eliminated and the number 2 house is not kasali na evermore. Then we know that the German smokes Prince. Therefore, he could not live at house number 5. So, therefore, he lives in house number 4. So, here is the nationality German. And his smoke is Prince. Okay. The Swede must live at the house number 5. And we also know that the number 5 house raises dogs, since we know that the Swede raises dogs. Wait. There it goes. The Swede keeps a dog. So therefore, the Swede is living in the house number 5. Swede. And his pets are dogs. So now, number 2 and 5 are eliminated. So we are only finding here the 3 houses anymore. And then, the only possibility for house number 3 is he smokes Pall Mall. Because the others are already taken. And we all know that whoever smokes Pall Mall keeps birds. So we will put here the Pall Mall and its pet birds. And then the only pets that are missing are cats and fish. And then we will go back to the house number 2. It is said that the man who smokes blends live next to the one with cats. So since the blends live next to the one who owns cats, it is said. So we will put the cats here in house number 1, so that it will be eliminated. And now the only missing pet is fish, and that is the question, that who owns the fish. So the German owns the fish. And there it goes. This is my complete answer of the puzzle of Einstein. So the answer is the German owns the fish. There. So I hope this is correct, because this is a little bit too hard for me. And then, okay, thank you. God bless. Good day.